Hello everyone, welcome to today's Knowledge webinar, Managing Software and Users in the Autodesk Account. Today's webinar will cover how to get access and navigate the Autodesk account, how to use teams and groups, followed by an explanation of the 3 administration roles, as well as reporting. And it will also be covered how end users access their individual downloads for software installation. So very useful information. Today's webinar presenter are Autodesk expert Lorea and Marina, which are Autodesk service representative, and they are the persons you want to ask this question to. And this is where you can find, for instance, AutoCAD on the Knowledge catalog, but you can find each and every Autodesk product. Just search for knowledge.com. Knowledge is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offer more choices, more freedom, best advice, and excellent and fast service. So check us out at knowledge.com. That's all for now. So I'm going to share Marina's screen so she can get into it. Marina, we can see your screen and we have full access and view of your first slide. Take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Barbara, and thank you everybody for being here today. Welcome to our webinar on how to effectively manage your software and users in the Autodesk account. The goal of this webinar is to provide an overview and guidance on how to utilize your Autodesk account with an emphasis on the admin roles within the account. As an end user or as a reseller, you can still benefit from this session as we cover multiple areas in the account. Plus, we'll have an additional Q&A to close out the webinar. The facilitators for today's webinar are part of our Autodesk client service team. This team does handle the bulk of support related to the Autodesk account and does have hands-on expertise with the account platform. So Lorea will be your presenter for the next 30 minutes, covering topics that will help you effectively manage your account, the software, and users. And Lorea and I will lead the Q&A session of our webinar, answering as many questions and finishing up the last half of the session, addressing as many questions as you have and time permits. All right, so now I'm going to hand it over to Lorea to go over our agenda.
Thanks, Marina, and good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to some of you guys. It's a pleasure being here. So like Marina said, I'll be your presenter for the next half hour or so, and then we'll get into some Q&A. So stick around so you can submit your questions, and Barbara will let us know what you've asked, and we'll do our best to get you all the information you need to support your clients. So our agenda for today is as follows. We'll begin with making sure you are set up to have access to your account, followed by a review of the landing page once you're logged into your Autodesk account. In our second topic, we'll provide insight into the 3 key admin roles and how each role plays a part in efficiently managing your users and subscriptions. This section does cover the bulk of the presentation. In our third topic, this will be helpful for you as an admin as it provides tips you can share with your end users on how to access their downloads and install software they've been assigned to. Our final topic is going to focus on reporting tools, and that'll help you get the most out of your Autodesk products and services. And then finally, we're going to wrap with the Q&A like we mentioned before, and we'll also give you guys some helpful links and resources. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you've recently purchased or your client has recently purchased, they'll get a link to this page. You'll probably recognize the graphic right here on the right-hand side. If you're a new admin or end user, you can manually create an account by going to the URL you see on this screen, accounts.autodesk.com/register. Follow the prompts, and then you will have an Autodesk account login. This will be your sole credential to log into our Autodesk.com sites and programs. So now that you have an Autodesk account, you can sign in at accounts.autodesk.com. A few things we want to note is that admins will not be able to change information for their end users. You also want to make sure that your clients have added Autodesk.com as a trusted email domain so that we can reach them for email verification, password resets, and support cases. All right, so let's get into the landing page. Once you're logged into your account specifically as an admin, your landing page will look like this. So let's step you through the key sections in the Autodesk account, starting here on the left-hand navigation pane. First will be the home link, and that'll bring you back to this landing page, this familiar territory right here. Next, the products and services tab includes links for end users to find their products and services they've been assigned to from an admin, as well as updates for those products and services. For admins, custom installs provides control and simplification for deploying software and allows for custom install templates to be saved for future deployments. For more information on custom installs, we'll provide you some helpful links and resources at the end of this webinar. But in this webinar, as noted in the agenda, we're going to provide you some tips that you can share with your end users for individual installation and downloads. All right, so right below this, we have the user management tab. We'll go into further details for this shortly, but this is admin's main tool for managing their users and their subscriptions. Under billing and orders, admins will be able to find the contracts they're responsible for purchasing and renewing, as well as contracts they've been assigned to as admins. If you're the purchaser, you can manage your renewals, see upcoming payments, and find your order history, including invoices if you've purchased online. Finally, in our left navigation pane, the reporting link provides tools and resources to maximize your investment with Autodesk by understanding seat and product usage. We'll go deeper into this topic a little bit later. And then the final key parts of the Autodesk account include access to see open support cases, recently purchased products to more easily manage and assign them, quick links to show you what new enhancements and capabilities have been launched. And then by clicking on the question mark in the bottom right-hand corner, you can contact our team directly to open an Autodesk support case for any questions you might have about your product or subscriptions. If you have any questions on this page, please post it to the Q&A and we'll be happy to answer your questions at the end of the webinar. All right, so now that we've covered the Autodesk account a little bit, we'll now move into the key aspects of admin's role within the Autodesk account. We'll have videos in this section supplementing the content we'll be presenting. So we've got various different types of admin roles associated with the Autodesk account, which helps manage your users and products. The first of the three admin roles is the primary admin. For most accounts, we generally see the purchaser of the software as the primary admin who is actively managing the assignment of products and users. This here is noted in bullet 5. The larger your organization is, the more software that you've purchased is when we generally start to see additional admin roles assigned. So as you can see here, the rights of the secondary admin are very similar to the primary admin. The one exception is that a secondary admin will not be able to configure and manage SSO. Please keep in mind, SSO is only available for premium plan clients. With the SSO admin role, this does provide access to manage and configure SSO if your organization has purchased the premium plan and selected to implement SSO. One key thing to remember is that both secondary and SSO admin roles can promote themselves or end users to primary admin. In the upcoming video we have, you'll see how to update and change these roles. And if the video is too fast or you need to rewatch it, we'll be sending out an email with access to all of these videos you see in the webinar today. So let's go ahead and check that out.
We'll go over the roles of admins. If you want to change the primary admin or add or change secondary admins, click on By User. Select a user and click on Change Role under their name and select the new role you'd like for that user. Primary admins and secondary admins can manage users and software, view usage reports, and manage subscriptions and contracts all within their Autodesk account. There can only be one primary admin per team, but you can create as many secondary admins as you'd like. Primary admins can also add or change secondary admins. If you are on the premium plan, you can also assign a single sign-on admin who has all the same user management capabilities as a secondary admin, but they can also help primary admin with configuring SSO. You can designate as many SSO admins as needed. All other individuals are automatically designated as users. If you'd like more information, visit the User Management section of the Autodesk Knowledge Network.
All right. So now that you've been assigned an admin role, you'll have the ability to invite users and assign them various subscriptions you've purchased or that you manage. You can do this individually or in bulk to simplify and streamline the process. You'll want to make sure that users accept the invitation and follow the directions if necessary to set up a new Autodesk account. As we mentioned earlier, when creating an Autodesk account, you want to advise your users or the user's IT department to add Autodesk.com to their trusted email domains. Otherwise, users will need to check their spam or junk folder for the invite. Your user list is unique to your team. So as an admin, you can export a list of users from within the Autodesk account to later import it to a new team if you need. Let's take a look at a video on inviting and exporting users in the Autodesk account now.
After signing in to your Autodesk account, select By User on the left under User Management. Here you can view and manage your users. To add new users, click on Invite User. You can invite users individually, or you can import users in bulk by creating and uploading a CSV file. This allows you to add up to 5,000 users with each upload. You can continue working while the file is uploading, and a notification will display when the import is complete. If you're on the premium plan, users can be automatically added once single sign-on is enabled. When new users are invited, they'll receive an email with steps for them to get started setting up their new Autodesk account. From this page, you can also export your entire user list or select additional information you'd like to export from your account, such as your subscription list or usage data. You can also delete users by clicking on a user's profile and clicking the delete icon in the top.
All right, so once you've added users, you'll want to assign them products. You can both add and assign products at the same time, which works great when you're working with individual users. If you have only one product, let's say 20 subscriptions to AutoCAD, and you know that all 20 users will be adding and assigning, will need access to AutoCAD, then adding and assigning in one action can consolidate your efforts. The benefit, as noted here in bullet 3, is that you can unassign and reassign access to Autodesk software as often as you need. In our next video, we show you how to assign the products in the Autodesk account, and the last part of the video does focus on our Flex subscriptions, our new purchasing model for any admin that might need help managing those at this time.
You have your list of users, you'll want to assign them to products. First, we'll cover how to assign users with subscriptions, then go over how to assign users to Flex. For single user subscriptions, you can either assign users individually by going to By User, then clicking on an individual user, or you can go to the By Product view and add users to those available product subscriptions. Finally, you can bulk assign users by uploading a CSV file. This option is recommended if you need to assign a large number of users to all the same product. When you upload your CSV file from here, it will automatically send new users an invite to create their account and assign them product access. For existing users, they'll be assigned product access only. With Bulk Assign, you still have the option to customize the product assignment that will apply to the entire user list you upload. When you're assigning users, you'll also see in your account when you've reached the full number of subscriptions in use and can't assign more users to that product. Once users are assigned to new products, they'll receive an email confirmation with the products they're assigned and steps to get started. They'll also see their assigned products in their Autodesk account. If you're assigning users to Flex, first make sure all your users are added. If they are already in your user list, you do not need to add them again. After your users are added, click on a user in your user list. Scroll down and select Assign Flex. There you can customize the user's assignments or customize assignments for all users under Default Assignments. Select By User under User Management, then select the settings icon in the top right. From there, scroll down and select Set up Default Assignments. You can select all products or certain products you want to assign to all Flex users and click Save Changes. This will automatically assign those products to all existing and new users who are assigned to Flex. This will not apply to any users who are assigned.
So now that we've seen a little bit about assigning users, let's get into teams. Now, I know you have a lot of clients asking about teams. We get clients all the time asking about it. So we're here to give you some great information. You've heard us mention teams, and now let's get into how teams can help you manage users and products. Every Autodesk account will have at least one team by default. As an admin, you can create and rename a team at any time. In general, teams are utilized to organize subscriptions or users based on geographical location, like the Los Angeles or New York, by department, like the design or engineering team, or by manager, like Smith or Jones. This can help your organization manage budgets more effectively, as well as simplify the assignment and setup of your Autodesk software. As we discussed in the admin roles previously, each team can have one primary admin and can have as many secondary and SSO admins as you need. Admins do have the ability to move subscriptions between teams. However, you must be the person who purchased the subscription you are trying to move and be assigned an admin role. Otherwise, you'll have to contact the admin who purchased the subscription and ask them to move between teams. If they're not available, or if the purchaser is not an admin, you can reach out to Autodesk support for help on moving those subscriptions. Please keep in mind, the users on your team will be assigned to a pool of licenses within your team. At no time is one specific contract or license associated to a specific user. If a subscription expires, you just need another license added to your pool, and you can do this by purchasing an additional seat or removing any inactive users. Additionally, you can benefit from exporting your user list for a team when making any subscription moves, since moving subscriptions between teams will not move the users or assignments. This way, if needed, you can easily bulk assign the software on the new team utilizing your exported user list. Another tool within Teams that can simplify user management is called groups. This is our new organizational structure, and we'll get into that on the next slide. So groups provide another level of organization within a team, which can simplify the assignment of your products to users even further. For example, an admin of a team can separate architects into one group and assign them AutoCAD and Revit, while creating a separate group for civil engineers and assign them Civil 3D and Navisworks Manage. At that point, the admin can add new users to each group without having to individually assign them that software. So you might be asking, how is assigning software to users different between teams and a group? So when users are assigned to a team, the admin must assign each user in that team individually. When users are assigned to a group, they automatically inherit all of the assigned products and permissions associated with that group. Let's take a look at a couple graphics that'll make this easier to visualize. So right here, you can see that we have the basic Autodesk account setup. One team, we'll call it Team A, and all of your subscriptions are located on that team. Anytime you add a user to Team A, you'll have to take the second step to assign them individual software. In this example, we have 4 subscriptions that would need to be potentially assigned. And in our next graphic here, as you can see with groups, which are a subset of the team, you can assign products to specific groups you have set up. Then, as you add new architects or civil engineers to those groups, they automatically inherit the assigned products associated with that group. Our next video is going to provide some helpful overview in teams and groups. So let's go ahead and review that now.
After adding your users, you may want to organize them. When you first get started with your Autodesk account, all the users you add will be organized in one user list and one designated team. Most of the time, you will not need to have more than one team. But if your company has multiple sub-organizations that you manage, and you also want to purchase subscriptions centrally for your entire organization, it may be helpful to create additional teams. If you don't need to create additional teams, you can skip this step. To create new teams, click on the settings icon in the top right corner. From there, you can create new teams, assign new admins, and move users between teams. You can also move subscriptions between teams, and they will continue to be managed under the same primary admin. Next, if you have several users within your team who need the same product assignments, you can create groups to quickly assign them the same products. When new users are added to a group, they will be auto-assigned any products that have been assigned to that group. When products are added or removed from the group, all users in that group will have their assignments updated. If you're on the Premium or Enterprise plan, you can also set up Directory Sync, which allows you to sync your organization's directory with Autodesk Account and manage groups through your directory. You can automate groups and product assignments, and users will be assigned or unassigned products.
All right, so we'll be moving into our next topic, which is accessing downloads and installing software for assigned users. We'll cover the basic installation and download process, but we'll also provide links to the custom install process, as we mentioned earlier. So we have a new products and services page that was just recently released. As you can see here, this is the new view of our products and services page. So admins and users will be able to find their downloads in the left navigation pane under Products and Services tab, and then click on the All Products and Services sublink menu. Right here, you can see that they can quickly install. If they need to view their license type, they can click on View Details, and they can also change the version and OS right here in this tile. If you need to change the download method, you can do that by clicking the drop-down menu right next to the install. So before we get into the next video, we have a couple slides detailing the available download methods and installation tips. For the Windows platform, you'll see here we have various download methods available, including Install Now, the Browser Download and Download Now, and the Custom Installs tab. For Mac and Linux users, only the browser download is available to them. By default, the Install Now method is the preferred download method for Windows. And if you need some level of control, there are links and resources at the end of the slide on how to set up a custom install. So another few tips when installing include running the necessary files associated with your operating system, like setup.exe for Windows. We recommend noting where the download files default to being saved to if not using the Install Now method, as we've had to help many customers either find these in their browser download cache or on their computer in different download folders. If you have your computer set up to default to a specific download folder, make sure your users know the pathway to find those files. At the installation page, specify where to install if needed, and if available, select the additional components you'll want to install. Language packs can be installed after the installation if they weren't available during the install. You'll see a window pop up noting the progress being made. Make sure you don't close that out before the installation is complete, or you'll have to restart the entire process. So the final section for this webinar is going to be the one that'll help you get the most out of your Autodesk software and services, reporting. Let's discuss seat usage reporting first. Seat usage reporting enables admins to optimize seat assignments and strategize on future purchasing decisions. This feature is only available for products with sign-in access and can only measure the activity of users that are connected to the internet. As you see here in the graphic, usage summary tracks total users, products, and seats. It tracks total users when an assigned product is open and used by someone on your team. It'll account for total products based on the list of assigned products that users have accessed. And then finally, it counts the total seats based on the total number of seats you've subscribed to for products with sign-in access. You have the option to select different timeframes for a historical look back from the current month up to the last 12 months. A little troubleshooting tip you see here, and the most common one that we get, is that if your reporting data looks inaccurate, it might be due to one of the following reasons here at the bottom. I want to highlight the third bullet where it indicates multiple users accessing a product using the same username and product. You'll want to ensure that each user has a unique Autodesk account set up and have each of those users added to their user list. This will give you the ability to assign and unassign products to different users and more accurately track their user data. So with Team Insights, you have the ability to see 3 product-related reports. You might see under assignment, over assignment, or inactive users. Under assignment will only appear for admins if they have subscriptions that are underutilized, meaning they have seats available to assign. Over assignment will appear when you have users assigned to products that have expired or have been moved to another team. You'll want to manage your users by unassigning them from that product or purchasing additional seats to accommodate your organization's needs. Inactive user. This will only appear if you have the premium plan. And this lists users who have not used their assigned products in the last 3 months. Team Insights, as noted here, are updated daily, giving you current data at your fingertips. Now, a few things to consider when Team Insights aren't available. The first is that there are none, meaning that your products are optimally assigned and your users are active. It's also possible that your account or license type doesn't meet the requirements, meaning it must be a paid sign-in subscription on our eligible product list. You can find the eligible product list via our resources link that we'll provide at the end of this webinar. Finally, only primary, secondary, or SSO admins of any team can view Team Insights. If you do have centralized purchasing set up, it's important that the purchaser be an admin on every team they purchase for so that they can see these insights and use them efficiently. Let's go ahead and check out a video on usage reporting. And as a reminder,
this video is for administrators wanting to view and access reports of their product usage. See Usage Reporting allows you to monitor how frequently your users are accessing their assigned products and which products and versions they're using. We'll go over how to view and export reports, the types of reports available, and insights you can gain from this data. With both standard and premium plans under Reporting, click on Seat Usage to see a summary overview. The seat usage summary highlights the total number of users, the number of products in use, and the total number of seats you subscribe to. You can also adjust the time frame to see usage over a period of time. Click By Product to see usage reports for each product, and select View Details to see the total seats versus total users and the frequency of use. For industry collections, you can click on the collection to see an overview of all product usage. From there, you can select a specific product from the drop-down to dive deeper into how it's being used. If you want to take a closer look at your data in another analysis tool of your choice, click on the Export as CSV button. There's several types of reports for each product. The first chart shows the total seats you have available, the total number of users assigned during that time period, and a bar graph showing how many users are using it each month. The frequency chart shows how often your team is using products on a weekly basis. The final chart shows users by product version. You can use this chart to avoid version conflicts and ensure team alignment. If you're on the premium plan, you have even more granular reporting and can see usage at an individual user level with the By User view. By default, we mask personal user data in reporting and exports, such as username and email. If you wish to unmask user information, click on the setting icon under User View. From here, you can see that the personal data box is unchecked. Check the box to enable user data to be visible. Now you can see the user details under the Reporting tab. You'll see a summary of all your users and how often they're using the products they're assigned to. You can select a time range from the list or click the name of a user for detailed usage by product, version, and frequency. You can also drill down further to see which products they're using most in a collection. We'll also highlight important insights on your Autodesk Account home for you to take action. For example, the Under-Assigned insight will inform you which products are under-assigned and still have seats available. You can assign users to those products to make sure all your seats are being utilized and make the most out of your investment. To view your Flex token usage, click on Token Usage under the Reporting section. With the Summary view, you can see how many tokens have been used, how many tokens are remaining, the products used, and the number of users using those products. You can change the time frame or view the usage for a certain team or for all teams combined. To get a closer look at your usage, click on the By Product tab to see the token usage for individual products. For more information, visit the Reporting section of the Autodesk Knowledge Network.
Okay, so we have reached the end of our webinar presentation and we'll now move into the Q&A section. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post them so that we can address your concerns live here on the webinar.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Lorea. That was great. Awesome tips. While we wait for questions, I urge everybody to use us now because this is the best chance you get to get all your questions answered from the expert. And maybe, I don't know, Marina, you can talk about some of the most frequent questions you get asked.
Of course, Barbara. Thank you, Lorea, for a great presentation. Yes, I'm going to go over a couple questions. In the meantime, if you think about a different question, please post on the Q&A session, the question session. Please don't be shy. We are here to help you. So A couple of questions that we had in previous webinars and also we have from customers is, for example, if our current contract admin is no longer part of our company, how do we access our account? So please, if you purchase your product through the reseller, contact them directly and they are going to be able to help you change the contract admin, or you can contact Autodesk as well to help you with that. Another common question that we have is, how do I know if a user did not accept and created an account? So under the By User tab within the Autodesk account, you will see users as pending status when they have not yet accepted the invitation. You can click into the users and use the option to resend that invitation to send that welcome email again. All right, the next question that we have most of the time is, how do I know if I'm a primary admin, a secondary admin, or an SSO admin? So remember, as a purchaser, you will automatically be assigned as the primary admin. For all other admin roles, you will get an email confirmation from Autodesk notifying you of your new role. You can also view the admins and your current role under the By User tab within the Autodesk account. So remember, on the By User tab is a really good resource. You can check your role, if the user accepts the invitation or not, etc. All right, now I want to bring this question that we have about insights. Can I restrict access to insights from my secondary admin? As of this time, there is no way to restrict this view for your secondary admin. So please keep in mind when adding a secondary admin, there is no way to restrict this view, okay? All right, let's see. We did not get a question, but I want to bring two more common questions about usage report that we just covered. May I track the usage of my license by user's name and email? So remember, detailed seat usage reporting is available for customers subscribed to our premium plan. So if you do require seat usage reporting with users' details, you may consider upgrading to a premium plan. All right, and I think the last one I want to bring is about moving subscriptions between teams. So remember, we do get this question about moving some subscriptions, and some subscriptions you're not able to move. Why is the reason? So to move subscriptions, you must be both primary admin and purchaser or contract manager of that contract, right? Additionally, if your subscription can be linked to a cloud site, for example, the AC collection that has docs, the Bing Collaborate, ShotGrid, Upchain, for example, please do contact support for further help, and we'll be able to assist you since those products are in the cloud. So we need to do this in our backend. All right, Barbara, do you think we have any other questions for today?
Sorry, no, we don't. I was checking, but I think you did such a good job in answering all the possible variable. And I know you get asked a lot of questions all the time, so you know what really matters to administrators. But I want to thank you so much for this perfectly curated tutorial, because that's we get, as a reseller, we get hit a lot with requests for help, and we do it. We help everybody all the time, and we do our best. But if we can give them a piece of video where they can get an overview of all the possible issues they might have, that's really awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to switch over and take my screen back because I want to show you where you can find Autodesk products and Novage.com. We have all the entire Autodesk line, and we're here to help. So there's a phone number in each of every page of our huge catalog. You can always call us, and we'll be here with a human being to help you. Thank you so much, Lorea and Marina. This was awesome. I was looking forward to this kind of helping video for many reasons, and we finally did it. Thanks again, and looking forward to helping more people with our Novage webinars. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and visit novage.com. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Barbara. Have a good one, and thanks for having us.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.